Okay, sir. Coming to this jute industry, almost all completed, where other hazards, the skin irritation is there. The screen is shared, sir.
Yes, sir, visible. It's clear.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Coming to this jute industry, sir, where the other hazards is after the skin irritation, uh, where we got maceration of the skin of the legs and the feet can lead traumatic injuries, eczema, as well as the loss of toenails. As I already told, they're always during the retting process, always keep in the water only. They'll prepare. They'll definitely expose it to the toenails will be coming out. What are the safety measures before going to the deep detailed into this? Modernizing jute industry process can help reduce the respiratory problems because we have to modernize the things. Otherwise, we cannot what is called simply taking the safety measures because a very fine dust is there. Even dust extraction system, if you work, also a doubt where we have to see the ventilation and the dust extraction system is not in a position to arrange. That's why modernizing the industry, jute industry process itself is one of the important steps to be taken care by all the industrialists. Limiting the quality of the jute stored in a godown can help the prevent fire also because whatever the jute, whatever the jute, whatever the jute we prepared, whatever the jute we have prepared can be immediately disposed to these customers or prepared the what we call the requirement and all, but not to store much jute in the godown itself. Therefore, you can reduce the fire also. The safety preventive measures in jute industries, protective clothing, hand hygiene, social distancing, cleanliness, machine cleaning, isolation, and dust control. These are the one of the some of the what is called the safety preventive measures we can taken care of during the jute mill industries who are working there. Workers should wear gloves, face masks, shoes, and a proper protective clothing because the skin should not be exposed to the dust of fiber dust and all. This the clothing should be covered all the skin and see that there should not be any skin irritation will be coming. Hand hygiene is also very important. Workers should wash their hands with soap and sanitize their hands frequently because during the lunchtime, before going to the taking the breakfast or lunch, or after going to the house or otherwise, we have to see that our workers should always wash their hands with soap and sanitize their hands because of the loss of microbial organs is there where diseases can be taken care because it will stick to the wet hands and wet legs also. That's why the worker should be and hygiene should be there before taking into food in the breakfast time as well as the lunch time and dinner time also. The duties as well as after going to the home also. Social distancing also important. Why? Because some of the workers are exposed to the dust and getting the what you call some lung infection is there, but they will not expose to the co-worker. Because if you explain to the co-worker, he is also having fear and he'll feel the alternatives also. So that is why they are taking the social distancing. Please, sir, please, sir, please control. Thank you. Social distancing. And the cleanliness, toilet should be cleaned and sanitized often. Now and then definitely they have to see that all the toilets should be cleaned perfectly. A machine cleaning is necessary because with the fiber, there are a lot of accumulation on the machine surface parts. It should not be because the lubricants is also there, oily, and the fiber will be stick to the oily conditions and all. That's why machine parts and the surfaces should be cleaned with soap and water to remove the viruses because the jute is very dangerous to the stick to the lubricants because of the lubricants is become dry. That dust is stored there itself. Isolation. High risk workers should work in isolation areas because once the medical test is completed, after the getting the results, we have to isolate the people, those who are having the some severity is there, without disclosing to the co-employees and all. They have to see that isolation should be taken care of, not to much again the what we call accelerate the present disease and all. They have to decrease the intention of the disease. That's why isolation is necessary. Dust control naturally is to be done. Jute dust can cause respiratory diseases, so dust control measures should be in place. Everybody is telling like this only, but in jute industries, I don't think some of the people are taking the what is called safety steps also because during the space constraints, a lot of things to be taken care of if you adopt the safety measures. But that's why here clearly told modernizing the jute industries process can help reduce the respiratory problems also. Now the other countries also coming into the picture. Definitely in India, jute industries come, maybe what is called reduce it to some extent because of the hazards and the diseases contents is more. In jute industry, several challenges including very important point. Poor labor condition, competition, raw material shortages, and low productivity. These are the things, the what I told the lot of challenges to continue the jute mills in a large scale. Small scale, they can some of the farmers they can continue, but their health will be definitely diminished, degraded. But a long way, jute mills cannot be survived in future because the poor labor condition, low wages, poor working conditions, and the working conditions also not improved, and the it strikes the can disrupt the production because which the people are not able to work properly because of health, because of the unsatisfied, because of the internal problems of the due to the ways and all. Definitely, the productivity will be hampered in the during the course of. That's why poor labor condition is there. Competition is also there. Synthetic substitute because the jute is substituted by synthetic. Synthetic already told it's a neither plastic nor jute. In between it is there. It can be biodegradable also. Synthetic substitutes will take more what is called in completion from Bangladesh and other Brazil can make jute products expensive because the lot of synthetic producers and the international in the Bangladesh and other Brazilian countries and all. That's why in India, jute production maybe it becomes an expensive because they're dumping synthetic substitutes. They're dumping what is called the alternative of the jutes. That's why in future competent competition is more for running the jute industries also. The raw material shortage. Suppose the floods is there or drafts is there, like what is called the heavy rains and heavy what is called cyclones are there, can cause shortage of raw jute also. because the plants which I shown, these plants where the high climate is not encouraging, the plant grow will not be much on this. Therefore, we have to see that it should be taken care of. The what we call the this is very difficult when the climate condition is not good. Cultivation is not good, not possible. Harvesting is not possible. Anyhow, the after the writing is also not possible. That is why in all the cases, jute mills in coming days is competitive. It's very crucial stage to taken care of. That is why floods and droughts can cause shortage of raw jute. Low productivity, labor productivity in jute industry is low because because of this condition, labor employment is also less. They are not interested to working in a jute mill also. Therefore, the jute industry is important to India's economy. Jute is a natural, renewable, biodegradable, and eco-friendly product. But however, with these conditions, several changes, we cannot continue further by taking all the dangerous hazards what we have discussed so far. Now, last but not least, the man-made fiber. Coming to the textile, cotton, jute, and the man-made fiber is simply a man-made fiber where we can tell this is the what called man-made fiber. We can show the figures also here. A man can be prepared like this. These are the nylon, rayon, and the polyester. These are all the man-made only people are. No machine involved. Not at all. That's why the labor is involved because of the individual growth. They have to go for man-made fiber instead of jute mills and other things like that. And man-made fiber are fibers created by humans as opposed to natural fibers that come from plants or animals. Man-made fibers can be organic or inorganic also. Can be organic means inorganic means coming from the earth. Organic means man-made with a synthetic what is called the lines. We can prepare the nylon threads and all these things. Some plastic materials is also there in this, but we cannot avoid man-made fibers because it should be available to the persons for the various purpose of this nylon as well as rayon and the polyester as well as terylene. That's why man-made fiber we have to encourage now without having any hesitation. Jute we can think it out whether encourage or not. Synthetic fibers, these are chemically produced fibers, polymers that are designed to make a fabric. Example include nylon, polyester. See, that's why the man-made fibers can be organic, inorganic. Inorganic means what I told, the cultivation and harvesting. The organic means the scientific manner, we can say chemically produced the polymers as well as the nylon and the polyester. Cellulosic fiber is also man-made. These are derived from wood, bamboo, and other plant matter. Example include rayon and acetate. This is called cellulose fibers. Carbon fibers also there. These are inorganic fibers that can used in a building material. Properties of man-made fibers, they are tough and durable, and they are resistant to chemicals, and they hold their shape well, and they don't shrink easily. These are the carbon fibers. How man-made fibers are made here is synthetic fibers are made by joining small units together chemically to form a polymer. Man-made cellulosic fibers are derived from wood, as I told here, bamboo, and other plant matters. Carbon fibers are inorganic fibers that can use in the building materials. Examples: natural fibers, cotton, silk, or wool, you can say. Therefore, these are some of the photographs where you can understand the man-made fibers before going to the uh, man-made fibers, textiles and all. A textile process involving man-made fibers begins with the creation of the polymer solution, which is then extruded through a spinner net to form a continuous filament, followed by drying, structurizing, because design we have to do, and coloring is also to be taken care of. Finally, winding onto the spool and essentially transforming a chemical compound to usable fiber that can spun into what is called the yarn and woven into fabric. The key aspects include a type of polymer used, determining the fiber properties, the spinning method, wet, melt, dry, and the subsequent finishing of the treatment can achieve the desired characteristics of their final textile products. These are the things till the man-made fibers can be prepared in such a way. Man-made fiber, that is MMF, are mainly two types. Already told. One is synthetic, another is cellulose. Synthetic fibers are produced from crude oil or cellulose fiber from cellulose fiber. Synthetic fibers are produced from crude oil and cellulose fibers are from wood pulp. Clear differentiation is given. Synthetic fiber means produced from crude oil, whereas the cellulose fibers made from wood pulp. That means from the wood there is a pulp preparation is there after bleaching, then that pulp will become a cellulosic fiber. The main varieties of synthetic as staple fibers are polyester, nylon, acrylic, 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 polypropylene, and aramids. These are the things are there. Various types: nylon, rayon, polyester, and the you can say terylene also. How the gentleman is working here, how the lady is working here. Then coming to this, the key points about the man-made fibers in textile processing here is origin. What is the origin? Man-made fibers, also called synthetic fibers, are created from chemical compounds called polymers derived from sources like petroleum, which are different from natural fibers like cotton or wool. Therefore, types of man-made fibers is common examples include already told here: polyester, nylon, acrylic, polypropylene, rayon, and the regenerated solution fiber also is there. How do you manufacturing process is there? Polymerization, the extrusion, spinning, drying, and crimping. What is the polymerization? Creating a polymer molecule through a chemical reaction, because the crude petroleum will be taken, crude oil will taken. You have to, in the distillation column, you have to see the polymerization will be taken care of. You have to cracking of the compounds into individual elements. Chemically involved process, the polymerization. Extrusion means the polymer solution is forced through a spinner net. That means tiny holes, almost a filter we call that, to form a filaments. Therefore, the filaments will give a small layer like after the polymerization. Therefore, that is called an extrusion. The small film like it will form. The spinning is there. The filaments, which are the filaments, like a we can say the very thin layer, we can say filament like this, or stretched and solidified through a cooling or a solvent evaporation, depending on the spinning method, wet, melt, or dry. There are three methods are involved in the man-made fiber. After the extrusion from the filaments will be coming, that filaments, like what is called filament, why it is called the normal, the ordinary bulb is there is a filament is there, very thin wire is there, that filament. That that thin
Okay.
wire, that filaments are stretched and solidified through a cooling or solvent evaporation, depending on the spinning method, either by the wetting process or by the melting process or by the drying process, depending upon the which is suitable for their environment until available. Whether they go for wetting, they need what is called the water and other chemicals. Melt means they want what is called thermal conductivity they need. Dry means they have what is called heaters also. Depending upon the availability of the resources, they can go for the spinning, whether wet method or melt method or dry method. All are economically suitable, provided the environmentally available to those people, which is best. Next, drawing. Further stretching of enhancing fiber strength and desired properties. Once the spinning is over, further to be stretched, because if you see the what is called this thing, there are still, if you having the what is called our cloths after washing, will be drying on these wires. It will be stretched also further after putting our the wet cloths. Therefore, the stretching is very important point. The saturation point will come. Further stretching, because it should not be break after the spinning. Further stretching to enhance the fiber strength and desired properties. Because if you the stretch this wire for the drying your cloths of drying your wet cloths, if it is not strengthened, it will be like this. It will not have what is called any strength. It will broken also. It will be a tear off. That's why you have to strengthen, further strengthen after the spinning. Further stretching is to enhance the fiber strength and desired properties to get how much what is called strength, longest is necessary depending upon the thickness and the fiber what is called quality. If you see this quality and this very thin is there, very thin is there, whereas this is very thicker is there. Depending upon requirement, you have to strengthen the fiber first of all. Then texturize, which how best we can give the texturize means adding crimp or fiber to remove the texture. Droppability means we can give the dyes to be added, colors to be taken care of. White means they cannot. That's why their droppabilities can be taken care of by texturizing the. Some colors will be dyes will be used. What are the dyes also here? Some of the dyes will be here. I have given in some of this. These are the azo dyes are there. These are the dyes will be added to get the different colors of this man-made fibers. Therefore, what I'm requesting, who are working here, man-made fiber, not much dangerous when compared to jute, but this is the man involved is there, small scale works is there. Only thing they have to take care of the synthetic fibers are very what we call when compared to uh, uh, natural fibers, we can say. Here the two synthetic cellulose fiber. Synthetic fibers is dangerous because they are dealing with the crude oil, other polymerization. The process is very dangerous. Whereas the cellulose with pulp means very easy like paper making. Cellulosic pulp fibers is less dangerous than the synthetic fibers, man-made fibers. That's why we have to see that synthetic made fibers will give much more safety measures than the cellulosic fiber. The benefits of man-made fibers is high durability and strength, resistance to wrinkles and creases, definitely, versatility in color textures. We can use the any textile, any texture, any color you want because of dyes to be added. Ability to be engineered for specific performance properties, example moisture wicking and flame retardant also, because it can withstand up to the immediately will not fire, it will catch fire, it will take some time also. These are the man-made fibers benefits. Important considerations in man-made fibers: textile processes, fiber blend, dyeing and finishing, environmental impact. These three are very important considerations while preparing the man-made fibers. Blend means mixing, combining different types of man-made fibers, or blending, mixing of various, mixing or blending with the natural fibers to achieve the specific properties in the final fabric. Because there is a man-made fiber, there is a the natural fibers also there. They can combine, blending also can be taken care of to get the man-made fiber strength. That's why fiber blend is also one of the step to increase the fabric strength also. Dyeing and finishing, because coloring and the finishing of the shining and all will be important. Applying dyes and chemical treatments to color and enhance the performance of the fabric. Definitely, we have to look very attractive to purchase or to sell it out or to use it out. Whereas the what is called the color will not be adherence to the stick it to your wet cloths and all. You have to all the time you have to see that to strengthen the cellulose fiber as well as the synthetic fiber also. Apart from this fiber blend and dyeing and finishing, environmental impact is also very important here. Is why it is called impact is concerns regarding the production of synthetic fibers and their potential environmental impact, including microplastic pollution, is almost all semi-plastic only. The synthetic fiber means is almost all semi-plastic, no doubt in that. That's why while polymerization, while extrusion, while melting, while drying, while crimping, whether the spinning is wet or melt, lot of things to be unwanted materials will be after this process. One material will come after this process. One material, all these materials will become very dangerous to the environment. That how best we can dispose that material or combined to go, or we can say the combined for the recycle. We have to see that all these steps. Otherwise, it is not
मैं
useful
भेज दूंगा
for the
8-10 मिनट के बाद भेज रहना ना मैं भेज दूंगा
what we can say. It is not useful for economically provided. That's why the cellulose fibers, okay, agreed. But synthetic fibers, we have to be very careful with respect to the environmental impact because it is a semi-plastic only. And coming to the occupational health hazards in process of man-made here is very important. Occupational health hazards associated with man-made fibers include respiratory issues like lung irritation, tuberculosis, and due to inhalation of the fiber, skin irritation, same, dermatitis, direct contact, potential for cancer, development of depending on the fiber type, eye irritation, systematic effects from exposure to chemicals used in the manufacturing process. With the severity of these hazards depending on the fiber type, whether you go for a synthetic fiber or go for cellulose fiber, depends upon this, your health hazards will be taken care by the workforce. Top management can taken much concentration on the synthetic fiber preparations. And the key points about the man-made fibers is, before going to this, fiber size and shape, chemical composition, and man-made mineral fibers is very, very important areas. Fiber size and shape, the most concerning fibers are those with a small diameter and long length, which can easily penetrate deep into lungs. It's very, very dangerous. Because of the fiber size and fiber shape, whatever you are inhaling to your inside the organs, those with small diameter or the long length, which can easily penetrate deep into the lungs. Because what happens, sir, if you have what is called the long length of the what is called your inhaled, it will be going into the organs, it will be penetrate to the your what you call lung system. It will not diluted, it will not what is called submerged, it will simply it will deteriorate your health. Chemical composition is also very important. This all comes under the synthetic fibers only. Though man-made telling, but synthetic fibers we have to see. Chemical composition is there. Chemicals used in the manufacture process like formaldehyde. They already told formaldehyde is used for the drying purpose. Immediate dry is there. There is no substitute for formaldehyde is there. Even the substitute is there. They are not, industries are not putting any extra finance. They can cause allergic reactions and skin irritation. Without formaldehyde, no man-made fiber can be prepared. But forcibly we can use. With that can cause allergic reactions and skin irritations also. Man-made mineral fibers is these fibers often compared to asbestos. It's a very fine because asbestos in the long years back, asbestos gloves are banned by the government. A very dangerous material if you go to the inhalation are particular concern due to their potential for causing lung cancer and mesothelioma with the prolonged exposure. These are the man-made mineral fibers because mineral why essential mineral is not diluted with the you having water content of the body of the human. That's why these three key points man-made fibers hazards very very dangerous for the man-made fibers preparation people. Very important these three are. Specific apart from this, the specific hazards also there depending on the fiber type because the synthetic or cellulosic, glass fibers, acrylic fibers, polyester fibers, nylon fibers. These are the four categories which I shown already. The figures where it is called nylon, rayon, and the polymer is very looking very nice. But before coming this shape, before coming to this shape, how many people are exposing with the dust? How many people are exposing with the fiber? How many people are exposing with the smell? How many people are exposed with noise levels? You can imagine. Very attractive. But what about the human life? I'm sorry to say. Very attractive colors, attractive there. Before preparation, after preparation, attractive. But during that time, all employees are exposed to the all chemicals as well as fibers, getting unexpected what is called the disease also. I'm sorry to say. Common symptoms of exposure to man-made fibers is coughing, chest tightness, difficulty breathing, skin rashes, eye irritation, and nostril irritation. That means in the nose you have what is called filter is there. That filter will get jammed. That's why I told in the beginning itself in textile industry, cotton industries, jute industries, as well as the man-made fabrics. The safety officer, you have to observe the people, how their behavior, how their what is called daily living. Whether coughing is more, or they feeling inconvenience. They are not exposed to the co-workers, neither co-workers nor to the safety officer. Because if anything happens, they will remove them. That's why they will not expose. That's why the physical observation by the safety officer is very, very necessary. Coughing, chest tightness, difficulty breathing, skin rashes, eye irritation, and nostril irritation is very important. How the preventive methods? Some preventive methods is given. Already it's getting damaged. The long exposure is there. In textile industries, cotton industries, job rotation is there. But in the jute mill, as well as the manufacturers, who will job rotate? They're the self-made people only. They cannot have what is called employing the employment and all. They have themselves have a owner, they have themselves as the worker, they have themselves as the leaders. The preventive measures here is proper ventilation, already told, because all the dust will be go outside immediately. Personal protective equipment, needless to important to tell here. Wet methods, because here the spinning is wet to melt and dry methods are there. In the wet methods, you have to see that very careful. Using water during the processing minimize the dust generation. Regular monitoring is there to detect easily signs and risk, because yearly medical test is there as per the Factories Act, but God knows whether they are carrying or not. God knows only. No audit will be taken care of this type of industries. Therefore, the immediate what is called the requirement of the safety audit or otherwise job studies, risk assessment, they're not known also. Though that's why I'm telling the key aspects very important is ventilation, enclosed machinery, and dust collection system is important. And but not least is already told many times, personal protective equipment, respiratory system, protective gloves, eye protection, protective clothing. These are the personal protective equipment. Full body covers all the minimize the skin contact with chemicals. Eye protection, safety goggles to protect against the flying particles. The protective gloves, the chemical resistance gloves when handling chemicals, and respiratory system. Many times it is come all the way from textile, cotton, as well as the jute also. Chemical handling, because in the synthetic fibers, always chemicals are there. The chemical labeling,